Hi guys, welcome to chapter 4 and 5. We're going to read 2 chapters now, so I hope you have enough time. For my stuffy tonight, I have this cute little piggy. I hope you're comfortable with your stuffed animals. All right, chapter 4 is called Ooey Gooey. Remember last night, Junie B's grandma had her hold out her hands and she was going to put something in it, but we didn't get to figure out what it was. So chapter 4 is called Ooey Gooey. Ooh, yuck, it's a worm, Get it off of me, Grandma, get it off right now, I yelled. Grandma quick took back the worm. For heaven's sake, Junie B, what in the world is the matter with you? It's just a baby earthworm. Look how teeny he is. This little fellow would make a wonderful pet. I did a huffy breath. Yeah, only worms cannot be pets. Because pets have fur, so you can pet them, and worms just have ooey gooey skin. Grandma Miller looked surprised at me. Don't be silly, she said. Not all pets have fur. My bird Twitter doesn't have fur, and he's a pet, and goldfish don't have fur, and hermit crabs don't have fur, and lizards don't have fur, and I covered my ears with my hands. Okay, enough with the fur, I said, but worms don't have eyes or ears either, and they don't have legs or tails or feet or necks, and they don't chirp or bark or cluck or meow, and so what kind of pet do you call that? Grandma Miller thought and thought, then she smiled real big. I'd call that the kind of pet that won't wake up the neighbors or sniff the company or scratch himself silly, she said back. After that, she stood up and she gave the baby earthworm to Mother. I'll leave this little guy with your mom for now, she said. You can think it over and see if you want to keep him. I'll check back with you later. Then she kissed me on my head and she grabbed the ice chest and she hurried out the door. Mother looked at the baby worm in her hand. My goodness, you are a little one, aren't you? She said. She got an empty mayonnaise jar out of the cabinet. Then she poked holes in the lid for air and she put the baby worm inside. Mother looked at him in there. You don't even know where you are, do you, little fella? She said. I bet it's kind of scary in there all by yourself. I turned my back on her because I knew what she was up to. That's why. You can't make me like him, Mother, I said. Nobody can make me like him. Oh, of course not, said Mother. But just because you don't like him doesn't mean I can't like him. She talked to the worm some more. Maybe you'd be happier if you had some dirt to crawl around in, she said. Let's go outside and see what we can do. After that, Mother put on her jacket and she went outside and she dug in the dirt from her garden. And she came inside and showed me the jar. It did kind of look cute in there. There was a rock and a stick and a dandelion and some clovers. I peeked at the baby worm. He peeked back, I think. Yeah, only I still don't like him, I said, but kind of softer. I rocked back and forth on my feet. And anyway, even if I did like him, I don't know what worms eat. And so what would I even feed that guy? Mother ruffled my hair. Are you kidding? That's the best part about worms, she said. They get all of their food right from the soil. You don't have to feed them anything. Just then my baby brother started to cry. Uh-oh, the baby's crying, she said. Here, you take this. Then she quick handed me the jar, and she ran right out of the room. The next chapter we're going to read tonight is chapter 5, Catching Friends. I watched the little worm very careful. He wiggled himself into the dirt. I tapped on the glass. Yeah, only here's the problem. Now I can't see you anymore. And so what fun is that? I asked. I took off the lid and put my lips in the jar. Come out, wherever you are, I said. Then I waited very patient, but the worm didn't come out. Hey in there, don't you even know I'm talking to you? Then all of a sudden my brain thought of something really important. Of course he didn't know I was talking to him. How could he know I was talking to him if he didn't even have a name? I quick closed my eyes real tight and I tried to think of a good worm name. Pretty soon my eyes sprang wide open. Noodle, I said, real thrilled. I will name you Noodle, because noodles and worms are twins, practically. I yelled into the jar again. Hey, Noodle! Noodle here, Noodly little Noodle! Just then, Mother peeked her head in the kitchen door. "What's all that shouting?" she asked, "and who's Noodle?" I pointed to my dirt jar. "Noodle is my worm," I said, "only he crawled way into the dirt, and now he won't come out, not even when I call his name." Mother looked in the jar. Maybe he's taking a nap," she said, "or maybe he's just exploring his new home." I tapped on my chin. "Maybe," I said, "or maybe he might be looking for some friends to play with." Just then I did a gasp. Mother, I bet that's it. I bet little Noodle is lonely in there. I bet he's looking for friends." I zoomed to the closet, speedy fast, and I put on my sweater. "Hold on, little Noodle, hold on, because I can help you with this problem, I think." After that, I grabbed Noodle's jar, and me and him zoomed outside to the garden again. Friends do not come easy. First, I tried to catch a butterfly, but it flew away. Then I tried to catch a grasshopper, but it wouldn't stand still. Then I tried to catch a cricket and a gnat and a lizard. Those guys wouldn't cooperate either. Finally, I sat down in the grass, real glum. "I am a flop at this job," I said. Only just then, I saw something wonderful. And it's called 3 ants were walking in the grass, and they were carrying a cheese puff on their heads. My heart got thumping. "Noodle, hey Noodle, I found friends, and they brought a delicious cheese snack." After that, I picked up the ants and the cheese puff. I dropped them right inside the jar. That's not the only good news, because just then a big buzzy fly landed right on my sweater sleeve, and I swatted him with a jar lid, and he didn't even die that much. I put him in the jar too. Then I danced and danced all over my yard, because now Noodle had friends, and I had pets for pet day. And that is called Happily Ever After. All right, my friends, we will read 2 chapters again tomorrow night, chapter 6 and chapter 7. Good night.